Second door on the left, guys. Second door on the left. Second on the left. That side.
Take a leaflet, sir. Hello there, madam. Please take a leaflet. Check children. Baby boys. Hello, sir. Take a leaflet. Protecting children, protecting baby boys. Human rights issue.
Have a good conference. Have a good debate. Have a good read. Have a good day.
Would you like a leaflet? This campaign. Thank you.
Male circumcision is illegal. Protect the boys. Male circumcision is illegal. Protect the boys. They're dying in the UK. Okay, thank you, sir. Male circumcision is illegal. Protect the boys.
Equality for boys. Thank you very much.
Have a good debate. Have a good read. Have a good day.
There's a light coming in now.
Have a good conference. Have a good debate. Have a good read. Have a good day.
Take a leaflet, sir. Protect the boys. Protect the boys.
I'm not at the conference, I just demonstrated.
Stop the chop!
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 Stop the chop! End male circumcision now! End male circumcision now! End male circumcision now! End male circumcision now!
So here I am at outside the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham, 3rd of October 2016, and I'm video recording the Forgotten Man video recording me. So this, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with this.
Are you recording on your?
I am recording, I think. Yeah, I'm sure I am. Yeah, and we've captured some interesting things today, including 10 or 15 minutes with a barrister giving us advice with regard to legal aspects relating to male genital mutilation, which is what we're here for today. But there's probably, 10 or 12 of us, I guess, Mr. Forgotten Man, and I think making a fair impact. We've probably already given out probably 2,000 leaflets after about 6 hours, had plenty of conversations with people, and I think it's fair to say that thousands of people who, when they woke up this morning, weren't aware that male genital mutilation is a crime, are now aware of it, even if they haven't taken our leaflets. Our placards like this make it plain to see for anybody. So I think that's it really, and I should get back to distributing more leaflets. Take care.
Hello, yes, we're here today at the Conservative Party conference here at the Birmingham International Conference Centre. We're protesting against male genital mutilation of baby infant boys. And we've been protesting all across the country. We've gone to the Crown Prosecution Service, we've gone to the Home Office, we've gone to Golders Green, part of the Jewish Quarter in London. We've also gone to the Thornhill Clinic as well in Luton, a primarily Muslim area where 10,500 circumcisions of baby infant boys are carried out every year. And the reason why we're doing all of these protests is we think that circumcision of baby infant boys is a horrific, barbaric act, and it needs to be made illegal in word and deed right now. In fact, it is illegal under the Offences Against the Persons Act, as is female genital mutilation. The thing is that, however, is that they only prosecute doctors who carry out female genital mutilation. They allow male genital mutilation of baby infant boys to go on, and this is just wrong. The fact is, our perspective is that if you get to 18 and you're a guy and you decide to have your foreskin removed, then that's absolutely fine. That you're an adult. You can do to your body what you want done to your body. But for a baby boy, sometimes who's only a week old or a little bit older, it's a hideous operation, And the fact is it's done without anaesthetic. And these boys are dragged kicking and screaming from their mother's arms. They're placed down on the operating table, and the doctor gets out his hacking instruments and he cuts up the baby boy's dick. And we think this is, it's a completely insidious practice, because it's a child, a boy, who's just over a week old, and he's, having this gruesome operation performed on him, and he's not actually given anaesthetic, because it's severely risky to give anaesthetic to a boy who's that young. Doing so could kill them. And so, he spends the whole of the operation half screaming, half hyperventilating, and afterwards he's inconsolable. And also what we see is this operation can have enormous psychological trauma on the boy, and it can also lead to sexual difficulties later in life, as well as many other problems. And so this is a process that is absolutely vile. It's a religious, barbaric procedure that belongs in the Dark Ages, not in the 21st century. And so this is why we feel it has to end. And we feel that anyone who actually agrees with circumcision of baby infant boys is on the same side of the fence as Jack the Ripper and Jimmy Savile, because it is forced genital mutilation and it is paedophilia, and that's why it needs to end.
I'm here in support of Justice for Men and Boys, who are campaigning to inform people that male circumcision is illegal in this country and has been illegal since 1861 under the Offences Against the Person Act, and to highlight that these boys are not specifically legislated. There's no specific legislation to protect the boys, so this practice is continuing and injuring many young men and boys in our community who are presenting themselves to A&E departments with serious injuries, and in some cases are dying.
So why are you here today?
Because I believe that circumcision of male minors is child abuse, that it's being tolerated and allowed by the CPS. They're refusing to prosecute it, and that we have to raise awareness of the problems that boys face from circumcision being done against their will before they're old enough to understand what's going on, before they're old enough to choose. And therefore it's something I think we need to be campaigning about, and I would like it banned for all minors for non-therapeutic reasons. It's fine if adults want it done and when they have the opportunity to get advice, fully understand what they're consenting to, that's fine. But for children, particularly very young children, it's being done against their will. They haven't got an opportunity to contribute. The parents may believe they're doing it for good reasons, good medical reasons. BMA say that there is no reason at all for it to be done except in exceptional circumstances, medical reasons only. And therefore it's being done maybe for religious reasons, maybe by Jewish and Muslims. But again, if people want their children to become Jewish or Muslim, they should wait until they're old enough to make that decision for themselves. Chopping bits off a baby doesn't make that child any more of a particular religion than throwing water at them and baptizing them. None of these things make any impact. It's a personal relationship with God. You have to wait until you're old enough to make that decision for yourself. So these things are being done for the parents, not for the child, and therefore I believe it's child abuse. This whole issue needs to be opened up, and it's one of the many discrimination issues against men. It's direct gender discrimination because girls this can't happen to in this country. Boys it can, because the police and CPS won't prosecute, and therefore it's direct discrimination. So it's one of the many issues I'm campaigning against on behalf of men and boys. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with Justice for Men and Boys. We are protesting against male genital mutilation, and it's a really, it's not a surprise, but many people react like, is that really a problem? Female genital mutilation, that's really bad. And it's very hard to convince them. Well, it's not very hard, but you don't have the time. But that's how it is. People think it's okay for boys to have their genitals cut. And for girls, it's always much worse. And we're trying to raise awareness that actually it's the same. Basically, it's the same problem. You are violating another person without his consent, and that's a human rights issue. So that's why I'm here, and I'm happy to be here. I'm from the Netherlands. There are not many people that are willing to protest. Anyway, I don't know many people. I'm trying to set up something like that. And still I want to do something. This is an opportunity. I go to America as well, and I learn from it. So that's there's a lot of good things in it. And hopefully next year we'll have a demonstration in the Netherlands when I have enough people who are willing to do so. So I think it's a good thing, of course.
Yeah, so there's a lady here, a member of the Conservative Party, came up to talk to us, and I think it's fair to say that you oppose male circumcision.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I think there's a real hypocrisy around the issue that we object to female circumcision or female genital mutilation. In fact, we've even coined the term mutilation to refer to it, but when it's boys, men, we don't have any say on the issue. Well, not we don't have any say, but we don't say anything about the issue. And I think it sort of shows that society is maybe turned in a way where it's sort of more, I want to say sexist towards men, and I'm not quite sure if I'm over-exaggerating,
No,
but I would say that we're in a very anti-male climate at the moment.
And the Conservative Party, always talks of itself as being the party of law and order. And here's something that's been illegal for at least 150 years. And we've sent freedom of information requests to the Home Office, to the Crown Prosecution Service, and they just dodge it every single time. They will not engage with the fact that this is illegal, but they will not bring prosecutions.
I think it takes. I think it needs to take more people at a grassroots level, like myself, to come out and say something.
Right.
And I think a lot of people are afraid to, for fear of being labelled sexist. So I would just urge other people to just come out and call it out, and then maybe.
And in certain communities, of course, I mean, it's a difficult subject to raise, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm half Pakistani.
Oh, okay.
I'm from a Muslim family, and circumcision is just seen as a norm.
Yes.
It's just so.
Yeah, it's something we've had quite a bit. People will say, "Well, hold on, Jews and Muslims do it." But there are no exemptions in the laws of England and Wales for religious or cultural considerations, no?
Yeah.
But they won't touch it, just won't touch it.
And I think the doctrine is, it's very difficult to interpret, and there's lots of debates as to whether the Quran is pro-male circumcision.
Well, there's no mention of it, as I understand, there's no mention of it in the Quran.
But going back to when I actually read it, which is years and years and years ago, I don't seem to remember coming across it now.
But it's it's said that the Prophet circumcised himself, as I understand it. That's the tradition, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's more traditional, but rather than based in any kind of religious doctrine.
Right. Good. Thank you very much indeed.
Well,